ก่อนอื่นต้องบอกว่าผลิตภัณฑ์ใน Asea ไม่มีผลต่อการรักษาหรือแก้ไขทางการแพทย์แต่ถูกผลิตออกมาเพื่อเป็นเครื่องมือให้กับร่างกายเราแก้ปัญหาในระดับเซลล์ด้วยตัวเอง
Hi, this is Lavon Vaughn with Cindy Sawyer at the wonderful convention for Asea, the first East Coast convention and one of many in the future. But it's been such a pleasure to meet Cindy Sawyer. When I heard her testimony, I said, Cindy, we have got to get this captured on tape because of the power of what Asea is doing in people's lives and how it's transforming. And Cindy, share with the people how Asea has changed not only your life, the life of your family and your home.
Okay, I have a son, his name is Van Sawyer, and since the age of 6, we knew that he had some kind of a learning disorder, some kind of a disruption in his brain, and we began contacting different doctors around the United States to try to find out what the problem was. At that time, all they had was just a simple test to try to find out if possibly he had heavy metals. When the test results came back, it was extremely toxic levels of mercury and lead. And over the course of from the age of 6 to 17, we sent him to doctors throughout the United States to try to get the bottom of it, to try to pull out these toxins. And we were at the point when he hit about 16, none of the toxins were coming out. In fact, they were getting worse. And his learning disability was getting worse. We had to set him up on a 501, which is for the public school system, is they give him extra time to do testing, and they have a lot of extra perks for kids like that. But as a child gets older, it gets worse, and the depression that comes along with that for him, he was smart enough to know there was something wrong with him. And so with that and the peer pressure and all that, he was becoming suicidal. And I knew that I needed to shoot this thing into faster gear. I'd already spent thousands of dollars all over. Nothing happening. Everything we're doing is not working. We did 2 to 4 tests a year to test this, to see if any levels were coming down, and it wasn't. So I found out about Asea in March of 2010. I started doing my own research to see what exactly this was all about. In one of my groups that I meet, which is a science group that we meet once a month, and they are cutting-edge people. I mean, they didn't know about Asea, but they were talking about mercury poisoning at this one meeting, and they said that mercury gets out of it loves fatty tissue, which is in the brain, and the only way to pull mercury out of there is high glutathione. And so the discussion was, well, how are we going to do that? And so I went, oh my gosh, that mention of the glutathione production, availability, 500%, I went, aha. So I had him retested first before I started him on high doses of Asea. I had a Johns Hopkins, what they call a brain biopsy. It's a blood test. It's expensive, but it comes back and it gives you information. The results came back and they were horrible. Start him on 12 ounces a day of Asea, already knowing that mercury recycles. If you don't get it out, if you're detoxing and you don't get it out quickly, it just reabsorbs. Knowing that, I bought an infrared dry sauna and put him on that 30 to 40 minutes a day, plus electrolytes, because you're pulling out electrolytes, you need that, plus a liver detox to help. So in 2 months of him being on 12 ounces a day of Asea and that other protocol, his brain started to come together. He was becoming normal. His homework went from 3 hours a night to 20 minutes a night. He also, in 2 months, I'm going to back up a little bit. Just to try to help him, I put him in piano for a whole year prior to that. He was just to do something. All the other kids in my family that didn't have a problem, everyone had piano except him. I hadn't bothered because he couldn't take it. So I went ahead and put him in piano. He was still playing like, a kindergartner. But it was like the Matrix. It was like one day something just uploaded into him and he could play piano like it all came together like that. And so he's still to this day playing like little Mozart. In 5 months of being on the same routine, the Asea, the sauna, the liver detox, and electrolytes, he started sweating out mercury out of his pores. The reason I know that is I got in touch with Johns Hopkins University. There's a specialist there that knows that when anyone starts sweating out a brownish gray liquid out of their pores, it's mercury and lead. That was started in August. This is now May. He's normal. He's normal. And he has, what I say, I have my kid. My son has his life. He has joy. He is not depressed. He can keep up with everybody else, and he's extremely intelligent now and a great pianist. And I have my son back. So thank you, Asea.
This is why we do what we do, and this is why this powerful information and mission has got to get to the world. Asea works.
หากสนใจในผลิตภัณฑ์หรือยังมีคำถามติดต่อคนส่งวิดีโอนี้หรือผมทัชชัย0823636546